I've downloaded the new modded FM24 match engine that you may or may not have seen making waves on Reddit and the forums recently. And having played a game or two with it, I want to share it with you because it's quite something. So I was first made aware of this update, this mod, by this Reddit post by FM24. It's titled Community Created Physics Engine Update and Match Engine Analysis. And I thought, with the absence, the death of FM25, send one up with the angels now, it's a good time, I think, to have a look at some of the mods and tweaks to FM24. And then this one was posted 8 days ago on the Football Manager Reddit page. It caught my attention and I decided to go and download it and try it out. Now, I know that first and foremost, you probably clicked on this video because you want to see it in action. So I'm going to show it to you first of all, and then we can discuss what's actually been changed and some of the reactions to it and some of the comments that are on some of the forums, because I think they're quite interesting. Now, I kind of want to set your expectations a little bit with this. Please remember, this is still Football Manager 2024, so things aren't going to look outrageously different, and some of the changes are relatively subtle. Now, this is my stream save. We are Wolves. We are also another couple of teams. It's a multi-club save. It's great fun. Here is the engine. Now, let me know in the comments down below if you can notice some of the differences to the physics that you will see in the game. I've got my game on a relatively fast game speed here, but I think you'll be able to notice the way that the players behave, especially how the ball behaves, especially with things like shots and headers and the way that the ball, the physics, that cross there and the header that's just been bulleted in by Tresoldi. I can definitely see a difference in that. Let me know in the comments below if you can see a difference. What has been changed here? It's a physics update. So they've gone into the code. I actually opened the file that you download and change from your normal file, and it's a tweak to the physics of the match engine. I think you could see it in that goal, the way it was crossed in and then headed in by Tresoldi. Let's see if we get a chance here from Spurs as Sarr just clips the bottom of the post there. A lot of it will look similar to your normal FM24 game, but there will be instances that I think you'll be able to notice a pretty decent difference. Now, if I read some of the posts here from some of the Reddit users that have downloaded this and tried it, they say things like, it's really good, played a few games and it feels more natural. Team play is great and my players are scoring skillful goals, i.e. back heels and lobs. Now, I wonder if we'll see any of these in this game here. I'll also play a few more games, and then as I'm discussing things, I can overlay some of the footage from those games using this update here. This is, as we build forward here, I wonder if we'll see any of those lobs over the top that quite a few of the comments do talk about. Profundi, Delap's offside there. It also says a few observations. My misfiring striker is now scoring like he should have been, and his top goal scorer from the left wing has stopped scoring goals. There's another comment down below here that I found interesting. It says, okay, having used it, this thing is just better than the original overall, in my opinion. The difference is just very clear, and two very minor things that I appreciate are that the defenders stick closer to the player, which just feels so much better. Like, they don't mindlessly run and get dribble past, but they stick close. And the second is after the corner gets cleared, the ball isn't simply passed back to the player taking the corner. Someone nerfed the lob through balls though. It has the FIFA issue of one lob ball and the pacey guy is through. I don't think we've noticed that in this game so far. I am playing on, I think we're on key highlights, potentially comprehensive. I'll check in a second as Kroopy makes it 2-0 there. Again, I think especially in the finishing and the striking of the ball is where you notice a difference in this match engine. But I will concede as well, a lot of it is slightly more subtle. This has been developed, I think the initial one. Now, if I go to the original page, which is here, and here's the user that created this mod, Sakura, you'll notice it's in Chinese, so I do need to translate this. There have been a few iterations of this mod. The first version has translated to the abnormal version, and it says things like 3D screen looks like a dragon and a burst shot after passing the sideline. Obviously, there's some translation things going on there, but it has been toned down, it would seem, to what he is now calling the normal version, which is, I believe, the version that I'm using here, which would make sense, is fairly normal. There are some interesting comments on here as well, actually. It says, this person says, I played 10 games cumulatively. Impressions, there are a lot more volleys, non-stop passes and one-touch passes. It should be because the ball handling is accelerated. I think I can notice, as in that first half that we just played through there, that there were definitely differences in the way that the ball behaved, and it does seem faster, especially those shots. To show you again, that Tresoldi header, I really think you can kind of notice it in the way that this is hung up to the middle of the box. he bullets the ball down there. And I think I'm playing on relatively fast. If we go to normal speed, I think you'll be able to notice it on normal speed, how the ball kind of accelerates off his head as he heads it down. It's actually a really nice goal, isn't it? We're actually winning here away at Spurs, which is nice to see. Mailer's ball in. That seems a little bit different to me, and the ball does kind of fly into the back of the net there. Do we notice it a little bit more on... I think Krupi's goal looks a little bit more regular, I shall say. It's a nice little one-touch pass round the corner, though. Then Delap gives it back to him, gets it onto his... I mean, even actually, it looks a little bit different, I think. Especially if you played a lot of FM24, you will notice it, I think, maybe a little bit more than if you haven't played so much. Again, let me know in the comments down below if you're able to notice these things. Let's get back out there and play our second half and see if we notice any other big changes to this. And then I'd really like to be able to download the abnormal version of this. I'm struggling, though. I did download what I thought was the abnormal version, but it didn't seem too different to me, and I was struggling. Oh, they've scored a goal there. They've got another goal back there. I just upped the speed. Let's have a watch of this in the replay. Samuel Lino header. Is there anything that we can see especially different to the engine here? It's Pedro Porro's cross. Samuel Lino, not really. That looks pretty standard to me as far as a normal match engine goal would look. Don't know if you'd agree with that one. I would love to be able to download the abnormal one. I'm struggling though. You have to create an account to be able to learn specifically the one that was posted by Sakura. So I will continue to explore that. And if I can download some crazy mod, perhaps that could be a follow-up video, because I think that could be quite a lot of fun. The Fundy, that's deflected over, but the way that the ball travelled off his boot there seemed to be quite interesting. The way that as far as I can tell, a lot of the tweaks involve the way that a player's attributes will be affecting the game. For example, this chart has been posted on FM Arena, which is where there is a whole thread about this update too. For example, it says here, stat types down the left-hand side, pass attempts. The attributes that are influencing pass attempts of players in the game are passing, as you'd expect, but also work rate. So these have been tweaked, which will change the way that the players will behave on the pitch. It will also maybe change the way that different players might be more effective and the way that tactics are. That long shot that I think we've just seen there from Asta Vranks isn't something that you'd necessarily see in the old match engine file. We are on key highlights as well, by the way. So that long shot there was decided to be a key highlight. I think that is a tweak and that is a difference. Headers 1 is influenced by heading, strength and jumping reach, as you'd expect. But if there are different attributes influencing the game, you're going to see slightly different behaviors, and I think there's also then obviously been tweaked to the physics of the game too, so the speed of which the ball moves and the way that players' bodies move, etc. will have all been tweaked as well. Here comes Spurs coming forward. We've got 10 minutes left in this game. That's kind of deflected. They might score a goal. It's over the top from Bentancur. Again, I just thought it was fun to actually have a go at this, download it and try it and share my experience with it for pretty much the first time I've used it. With you guys. I'd love to hear your comments on today's video. I think it'd be really interesting, especially if you guys go and download it yourselves and let me know how you find it. I think I will very quickly show you where to, as Brennan Johnson just smashed the ball in there for 2-2. I've given away a 2-goal lead here. Even in a video like this, where I'm not really focusing on winning, we've managed to... Is he offside? It looked like he might be offside there. I wonder if that's a thing that's been influenced by this. Even when I'm not focusing on winning, I'm still embarrassing myself by blowing this could get worse. I could concede. Why I'm now suddenly very much caring about this match, which I shouldn't be. Despodov. Oh my word, he's headed it wide. Bentancur's got a lot of headers chances in this one. Let me show you here very quickly where you will save the file that you download. Your file will be called simatch.fmf. Now you'll already have one of these. So what you will need to do is rename your current simatch file. I've called mine original so that you don't lose that. And then you will paste this one in the new one. And then that will be the one that interacts with the game when you are playing. If you want to go back to your original match engine, the one that is the normal one with the game, delete this one here and change this one back to simatch.fmf. And it'll be back to normal again afterwards. The one I've got here called simatch2 is the old version of this modded one that I am using. But yeah, I think we'll leave it there for today. We just finished that game. I've blown a 2-goal lead. Probably should have lost it actually in the end. They had the better stats. But let me know what you think. If you go and download this and try it yourselves, let me know if you were able to notice the subtle differences in this match engine. And if you have enjoyed this video, please do let me know in the comments, like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're aiming for 100,000 subscribers and we're not that far away from 90k. So it'd be really cool to get there. Thanks for watching. Have a lovely rest of your day. See you next time. Bye-bye.